Hello, welcome back. I wanted to share with you a heart connection I had made in the taking attendance chapter. The newspaper is on strike, and Mitch is out of a job and he's out of a paycheck. So when I'm filming this, as you know, my students, we are socially isolating. We are quarantined due to the COVID-19 outbreak. And there are many, many people who feel the way Mitch feels right now. I'm just going to go back. Confused, depressed. The newspaper had been my lifeline, my oxygen. And when I saw my stories in print each morning, I knew in at least one way I was alive. Work is his companion. And for so many of us, myself included, work has been my companion. 28 years of teaching. And for the first time in 28 years, now I'm certainly not out of a job, but I'm out of my classroom and I'm away from my students. And at least when I'm with them, I know I'm alive. My students are like vitamins to me. Oxygen. If I'm down, they bring me up, even though I don't always reveal it. And so this is what many of us are experiencing right now. This book written back in the mid-90s, this moment, making a heart connection. So many are feeling this way. And maybe you are. Maybe your parents are. And let's see what Mitch does. This is the learning experience of this memoir. What does Mitch do being out of a job and a paycheck? He's depressed. Natural reaction, natural. Now it was gone and the strike continued, meaning his job and his paycheck gone. And as the strike continued, the first day, the second day, the third day, there were worried phone calls and rumors that this could go on for months. More heart connection there. This could go on. We know it's going on for weeks. Summer, fortunately, is coming. It's right around the corner. This is a book I could probably not really read with 7th or 8th graders or maybe even 9th graders, because you need to have a certain level of maturity to come into this story and understand these phrases. Everything I had known was upside down. Parents can have deeper conversations with the older children in the household about why we're out of a job and the seriousness of staying put and being quarantined, not breaking that code of social distancing. These older teenagers can understand because you are on the precipice of adulthood. It's hard. It's really hard to explain these things to elementary school, even middle school students. Everything I known was upside down. There were sporting events each night, and I had gone to cover. Instead, I stayed home and watched them on TV. We don't even have the ability to watch them on TV. And I'm sure that's affected many people because it's very uplifting to watch sports. I had grown used to thinking readers somehow needed my column. I was stunned at how easily things went on without me. I'm making another brain connection here. In the moment that Morrie found out he had ALS and nobody knew, and he knew, and in that moment he was so depressed. It's like, how can the world go on when I just found out I'm gonna die? And none of us are free. Sophomores, none of us are free from, and as we get older, we know this from the trials and tribulations of life. And this is the book about that. So what do we do? What do we do when we find out that we have an illness? What do we do when we're out of a job and have no money coming in? That's the lesson of this book. That's why it's so inspiring. And I hope just these words move you into wanting to read this more, sticking with this story, because there's answers to what do we do when we are in the trials and tribulations, in the depth of it. There's answers in this memoir. After a week of this, I picked up the phone and dialed Morrie's number. Connie brought him to the phone. "You're coming to visit me," he said, less a question than a statement. "Well, could I? How about Tuesday?" "Tuesday would be good," I said. "Tuesday would be fine." We are in italics. In my sophomore year, I take 2 more of his courses. We go beyond the classroom, meeting now and then just to talk. I have never done this before with an adult who was not a relative, yet I feel comfortable doing it with Morrie, and he seems comfortable making the time. "Where shall we visit today?" he asked cheerily as I entered his office. In the spring, we sit under a tree outside the sociology building, and in the winter we sit by his desk, me in my gray sweatshirts and Adidas sneakers, Morrie in Rockport shoes and corduroy pants. Each time we talk, he listens to me ramble, and then he tries to pass on some sort of life lesson. He warns me that money is not the important thing, contrary to the popular view on campus. He tells me I need to be fully human. He speaks of the alienation of youth and the need for connectedness with society around me. Some of these things I understand, and some I do not. It makes no difference. The discussions give me an excuse to talk to him. Fatherly conversations I cannot have with my own father, who would like me to be a lawyer. Morrie hates lawyers. "What do you want to do when you get out of college?" he asks. "I want to be a musician," I say. "Piano player." "Wonderful," he says, "but that's a hard life." "Yeah, a lot of sharks." "That's what I hear." "Still," he says, "if you really want it, then you'll make your dream happen." I want to hug him. I want to thank him for saying that, but I am not that open. I only nod instead. "I bet you play piano with a lot of pep," he says. I laugh. "Pep? Oh, pep. What's the matter? They don't say that anymore?" So here's where you stop. You make your book your brain or your heart connection. You can make all 3. Go back through, listen to perhaps the full taking attendance, reread the chapters, and think about what's resonating with you, what's stirring your heart, what's thinking about you being a better person, what's making you feel surprised. And maybe you want to analyze a simile, or there's a vocabulary word you'd like to look up, or maybe you want to research the civil rights movement to see how love really wins, and write about those things today. I can't wait to see what book, brain, and heart connections you make. I really can't. And I will make comments on them. I look forward to reading to you again. Thank you for joining me. I am thinking of you and wishing you so much good health. And reach out to me. Let me know how you're doing. Talk to you soon. Read to you soon. Bye-bye.